living up to the promises that we made in the last election. The border is more secure than ever before. We're rolling back regulations. We're on path to keep the largest tax increase from going into effect in the nation's history. And I appreciated the chance to talk about those things, even though there were some different opinions here.
Well, Congressman, to that point,
Maria is going to recognize the person to ask.
Thank you. Okay, I'm Katie Gleick.
You need to step up here just a little bit.
I'm Katie Gleick from New York Times. Thanks for taking my question. I have two quick ones. First, if President Trump or Elon Musk were to call you tonight, what would you tell them about the mood of the voters that you've heard here? And secondly, on vaccines, I believe you told one of the attendees that you believe, or that you're going to support your decision to make up your own mind around vaccines. So just to clarify that.
Yeah, what I would tell President Trump and Elon Musk is that they definitely are over the target, because so many folks here that did not support President Trump are upset that he's accomplishing exactly what he said that he would accomplish. I believe that there's a lot of anger, a lot of angst out there from folks that didn't support him in the beginning, and I take away from much of what I heard today that we're doing exactly what the American people sent us to Washington, D.C. to do. On the second part of your question on vaccines, I've always... Maria's... No, you only get two questions.
Well, but I didn't finish the question. I was just going to ask if you think public school students are required to receive MMR and polio vaccines.
I believe that everyone should have the freedom to make up their own choice on the vaccines, the medications that they want to put in their own body. That was my position as a state senator. It's certainly my position as a
So school districts should not require students to have polio or MMR vaccines.
Congressman, after what you went through tonight, wanted to know, are there plans? I know you've done 9 of these town halls. Do you plan on continuing to hold these events? Does this change that from kind of what we experienced here tonight?
Yeah, no, it doesn't change my plans at all. I had 8 town halls in my first term in Congress. I enjoy getting out amongst the people. This one was a little more uncomfortable than some of the others, but that's okay. Folks should have the right to voice their opinion, and I'm okay to hear that. I would certainly appreciate the right to talk about my opinions, and I intend to continue to do that.
Right, John from Asheville Watchdog.
Yeah, Congressman, talking with a federal worker just after this, she made the point that she feels like Congress has abdicated their role in our democracy as far as not being a proper check and balance to the president, allowing the president's people to run roughshod over the cutting. What's your answer to that?
My answer to that is that President Trump has the courage to stand out in front of the American people and do exactly what he said that he was going to do. He was going to comb through our agencies with a fine-tooth comb and look for efficiencies. I applaud the fact that he's doing that. I've heard a lot of folks in Washington, D.C. say, well, we should take our time, we should allow Congress to do its work. Bull. That would take for years. I mean, look how long that we've been in debt. Look at our spiraling debt right now, and Congress has the tendency to take our time in dealing with serious problems. I appreciate that while there might be some degree of uncomfortability with this, change often makes people uncomfortable, and we're at a point right now that we require some change. And I firmly believe that there will be a point in time, once we have a chance to see things unfold, Congress will begin to hold some hearings and ask some questions and then exert our congressional authority. President Trump's only been in office for about 50 days. And we are anxiously in contact with the administration daily. I met with, as I mentioned in some of my comments here, I met with the person that's in charge, Steve Morocco, I believe is his name, that's responsible for dispersing the foreign aid funds. We had a very detailed conversation. I met with FEMA Director Cameron Hamilton earlier this week for about an hour and a half. I had a chance to meet with the Vice President this week. We're very much in touch with the administration. We're very much in tune to what they're doing. And we'll have to go back and make some changes. There's no question about that. Elon Musk, I got to spend 2 hours with him last week, and he made it very clear that we're going to make some mistakes with as big a job as we have in front of us right now. But we don't have the luxury of stepping back and doing things perfectly.
All right, we're going to take one last question. Felicia from Blue Ridge Public Radio.
Thanks so much. Thank you so much, sir, for tonight's town hall and for inviting us all to spend time.
Thank you all for being here. I appreciate it.
So 2 questions. First is on the FEMA task force that you are part of. What do you expect comes next on that? When do you expect there to be a result? And then secondly, what would you say to Richard Hudson and other Republican party leaders who have encouraged yourself and other members to not hold events like tonight out of fear that Democratic activists would disrupt them? You're here in the heart of Asheville and had this event. What would you say to him and others?
I would say that I certainly appreciate their opinion, their advice, and their meaning. Their intent has very good meaning. They want to do the right things. But I would also say that my responsibility is to the people here in Western North Carolina, and I'm going to make up my mind how to represent the people here in Western North Carolina, not only in whether or not I hold a town hall, but in how I cast my vote and support legislation in Washington, D.C.
And on the FEMA task force?
Yeah, on the FEMA task force, I've been heavily engaged in bringing the feedback that I've had from the leaders in Western North Carolina and the folks that have been affected by the storm and compiling that into a comprehensive report that I intend to present to the task force and put on the president's desk. I continue to collect feedback, but I realize there's a point that you have to stop collecting feedback and do something. I hope to have that report completed at least in draft form by the end of next week. Then shortly after that, we'll go to print and publish and get it to the president. And I'm very optimistic that he's going to take to heart the recommendations that I make, because he obviously valued my opinion that I gathered through the people here in Western North Carolina. I'm anxious to get it to him. Thanks.
All right, that's it for tonight. You can email me with any follow-up.
All right. Thank you all. I appreciate you taking time to be here.
Thank you, Congressman.